Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, is my very special guest host, Austin Powers.
Hey, baby, it's groovy to be here.
Thanks, Austin. You seem like you've lost your mojo.
Yeah, Dr. Evil, he went back in time and he took my mojo again.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's
right.
Again, yeah.
Was this...
I'm assuming that you're saying Austin Powers 3's in canon?
Yeah, man.
Like that's already happened.
Yeah, so 2, he took your mojo.
Oh, that was 2, okay.
3, something else, gold member.
Met my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well those, in this context, like you're not meeting me during Austin Powers 2.
I'm meeting you between...
You're meeting me after Austin Powers 3, I imagine.
Okay, great.
So in this case, yes, Dr. Evil has taken my mojo again, which is why I'm not as groovy as I could be.
Is this going to be the plot of Austin Powers 4, or would that be a different movie?
That Dr. Evil steals my mojo and then I go on a podcast and talk about it and I'm kind of like just kind of very
matter of fact.
Just matter of fact about it. Yeah, okay. That could be the plot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
do you remember
couldn't be any worse than sorry to step over you there.
No, you're right.
Couldn't be any worse than any other idea they probably have for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking though, because I don't know if you remember the events of Austin Powers 2. You probably do because you're in it, but your mojo was in you the whole time. So do you think that maybe that's what's going to happen here?
Then what was that fluid they extracted from me then?
I honestly don't know.
What did they do with it afterwards?
I don't know. Somebody drank it. Dr. Evil drank it.
And did he get my mojo?
Yeah, I think for a little bit at least, yeah.
I don't really remember because that happened in the 60s or the early 2000s, so I don't...
I think it was 99, but
okay,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting though. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Thanks for stopping by, Austin. Anyway,
absolutely.
Nick...
Stay shagadelic.
You too, man.
Thanks, man.
So, Nick Mason...
Oh, hey, I'm late to the podcast. Sorry.
Don't worry about what happened. I'm glad you're here.
Good.
So,
I don't. It doesn't matter to me what happens at the start of the podcast. I should rock up late all the time. Clearly, you filled enough time.
Yeah, definitely. There's always somebody here.
That's what I figured. Yeah, there's always somebody just waiting around to be on a podcast. Yeah.
Now, it's a big week because, of course, me and you are going to be talking Jurassic World Rebirth.
That's right.
Which is exciting, isn't it, maybe?
It's shagadelic.
What?
What did you say?
I didn't say that.
Say what?
Shagadelic.
Are you saying this movie's shagadelic?
No, you said it's shagadelic.
I haven't said anything.
Also, talking the death of a couple of actors. Oh. Very unfortunate. As time goes by, if you want to skip to anything. We got some negative reviews for Superman out the gate that have snuck out, Mason.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Let's research those reviewers and damage their credibility.
Yes.
And harass them and so forth. Sure.
We're going to talk about Paul Walker returning to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. We're going to talk about a confirmed director for X-Men, the movie X-Men.
Whoa.
We're going to talk what happened to all those Blade costumes from the MCU Blade reboot. We're going to talk what happened to them.
Yeah.
We're going to talk
Which
about...
we didn't know existed until maybe this week.
We're going to talk about Disney deciding to potentially reboot Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
We've got trailers for Project Hail Mary, The Running Man, and The Odyssey.
Oh.
Plus, of course, some updates on The Last of Us Season 3. We've had some big names leaving, Mason. Big Last of Us names.
Oh.
Again, thank you to Rob
Pedro
Collins.
Pascal. Is he leaving in Season 3? Interesting.
It's not an actor. Let's put it that way, Mason.
The character of Joel, is he leaving
Joel's
in Season 3?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Wow.
He certainly makes an exit at some point,
Interesting.
I would imagine.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Let's start with this, Mason.
We should get him on the podcast.
I agree, we should get
Joel
him
from
on.
The Last of Us.
Yeah. So Michael Madson has passed away at age 67.
Oh, that's young. Very sad.
He was apparently went into cardiac arrest and was found unresponsive in his home in Malibu. People, of course, would know him from Reservoir Dogs, Hateful Eight, Kill Bill, Sin City, Donnie Brasco, and a bunch of other stuff he did in between that might not be as good as those things.
That could be straight to DVD or streaming or VHS.
But he was always working, you know.
That's right, exactly, yeah.
Put in some great performances. I mean, people obviously remember that scene in Reservoir Dogs where he cut off that dude's ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yep.
He shouldn't have done it. He had a bit of a troubled personal life, not to get into the specifics, but, with like alcoholism and all of that. I don't know whether that's related to this. Apparently it's a non-suspicious circumstance. Yeah, he appears to have died of,
7 kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, I mean, some great stuff on the screen, I would say, his role in Kill Bill, tremendous.
Yeah, agreed. So there you go. That sucks. And speaking of, Julian McMahon passed away at age 56, Australia's own
Julian McMahon, 56.
Yeah.
Dang.
So this was a statement from his wife who said, with an open heart, I wish to share with the world that my beloved husband, Julian McMahon, died peacefully this week after a valiant effort to overcome cancer. Julian loved life, he loved his family, he loved his friends, he loved his work, and he loved his fans. His deepest wish was to bring joy into as many lives as possible. We ask for support during this time to allow our family to grieve in privacy, and we wish for all of those whom Julian brought joy to continue to find joy in life. We are grateful for the memories. Of course, people would know him from Charmed, Nip Tuck,
He's
which
Dr.
ran for a number of years, and he was Dr. Doom a couple of times.
Yeah. He was also in the show Runaways, which is another Marvel property.
Oh, what was he in that?
It says Jonah.
One of the villains, maybe, or something?
Probably. He's probably one of the parents,
Probably
if I
one
had
of
to
the
guess.
parents or villains or whatever. So, yeah. I think he was just in that Nicolas Cage surfer movie recently as well.
Yeah, he was. That's true, yeah.
And he was also the son of a prime minister.
That is true.
That part is also true. So there you go. Sucks to start off the week on such a negative note.
Yeah. Also passed away recently, Peter David, who's the Marvel writer. Long time run on the Hulk.
Yep.
All the interesting backstory of the Hulk you see in the movies.
Yep. The Eric Bana stuff.
Yeah, that's right. He wrote all that. All the kind of the familial stuff. He also created Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, did he? Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
And Jim Shooter passed away this week.
Oh yeah,
who was one of the editors in chief for Marvel for a long time. He was a controversial figure, but also he was one of those people who was in favor of creators' rights and
yes, absolutely.
Getting people paid for the stuff they created. Which would have been nice for someone like Peter David, who did all that stuff with the Hulk and created Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't get
And now he's in movies and stuff.
Yeah, now he's in movies and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Damn, there you go, man.
Here's an internal memo from Jim Shooter to the Marvel staff. I don't have the date here. It just says October, but it says, effective immediately, start doing good comics. I realize that this directive reflects a substantial departure from previous company policy, but please try to comply. Jim Shooter.
I mean, it's a good point.
Yep.
Do good comics.
And he got them good.
And he got them good right there. He really rinsed those blokes, didn't he? Mm-hmm. I say blokes because it was probably all blokes.
It was almost all blokes, yes.
Yeah. Now, of course, next week's episode, which might be a little bit late depending on when we get a chance to record, it's big Superman time.
It's big Superman time.
Superman's back, and everyone's excited for Superman. There's billboards, there's marquettes, there's interviews.
What was that last one?
Marquettes.
What's that?
It's like a thing. There's markets. There's Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
There's all sorts of things you can get. You can get a costume if you want. You can get a haircut that looks like any of the actors.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying it's the hype.
Sure.
The hype is high.
So what you're saying is one of the options, if you are hyped about the movie Superman, is to get a haircut reminiscent of one of the actors
Any
in the
of
movie.
them.
Any of them, okay.
You probably want to pick someone who's probably could do the closest thing to you.
Sure, okay, right.
Like, don't go crazy.
Like if you have very short hair, for example, perhaps don't try to emulate the hairstyle of Lois Lane.
Exactly.
Because
unless you did extensions, obviously. Yeah. But that's up to you. That's your
Okay.
business.
So you're saying people are getting hyped?
People are getting hyped, Mason, but there has been a couple of reviews which snuck out early.
Uh-oh.
One from the Daily Beast.
Uh-oh. Probably jealous of the Daily Planet.
Here's some.
And the Weekly Planet.
Agreed. Great podcast. So.
That's right. That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, that's right. I saw some people saw that in the Facebook group. That happens every now and then. Don't feel bad if you didn't recognize it. I didn't notice. So don't worry about it. So.
And if you did notice, that's Shagadelic.
Yeah, it is. Is it?
You said it.
I didn't. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But I didn't say it.
Wow, all right.
But it is Shagadelic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
You seem like you've drunk somebody's mojo. I don't know specifically who, but something's going on here.
Maybe I just had mojo all the whole time.
Somebody's warm body temperature mojo.
Maybe I just had mojo within me all the
I
whole
don't
time.
think so, man.
Wow,
I've
all
never
right.
seen you this animated. So here's some excerpts. Excerpts?
No.
Here's something.
The first one was closer to being correct.
Here's something.
Okay, here's something. That's exciting.
There's some words from it. Saturday morning cartoon.
Uh-oh.
Overstuffed. Awash in over-the-top CGI insanity. Endless geekiness. Feigning interest in actual emotion.
Ooh.
Superman gets tangled up in fanciful nonsense that soon renders the entire affair superficial and silly.
Imagine Superman getting tangled up in superficial nonsense.
Maybe he does.
Maybe
he's rescuing cats and possums and stuff. And,
Sure.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't say this is like kind of swayed me either way. I don't think it's going to be universally loved because I think there's going to be people who want something more serious and whatever, and I don't think this is necessarily going to be it.
Also, I don't know if any of these reviews are the one that I'm thinking of, but somebody tracked down one of these reviewers that did a negative Superman review, and they also gave a negative review to Sinners.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad movie, though. So that's an easy thing to do.
That's right.
No, I mean, look, that doesn't. Who knows, man? Well, Mike Ryan also he went on Twitter and he said, "Look, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but that leaked review, good God, I couldn't disagree more." So. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be universally praised. We'll find out this week. I'm very excited.
And look, maybe, obviously they can have that opinion and you can't say their opinion is wrong. Maybe they, like you said, they're looking for something that the movie doesn't provide.
Yeah.
But also when a movie comes out on this scale, there is always somebody who's like, I'm going to come out first and I'm going to say this and everybody's going to look at me.
I don't know.
And maybe it'll be us.
I think the leak is like not an accident. I think it is an accident, sorry. And even I look at this counter thing that's like, I'm going to get in trouble for this or whatever, but I don't know how much of this is like PR and like, I don't know, man.
You think PR has leaked a bad review?
No, a good review.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just hard to say because I know that studios, they might, it's been said that they like leak things to see how people respond to casting or whatever or certain way that it goes. And that's why everyone's talking about Tom Holland as Bond. And they're loving it. Bond Holland.
Yep.
They should do it.
I think we've got to work. If he's going to be Bond, we've got
Tiny James Bond.
I guess we could do Tiny James Bond.
Yeah.
But we need an awkward play on his name. We'll workshop it.
Tom Bond is good.
Tom Bondland?
James Tom
works. Because that means nothing to anybody. But if we just could refer to him as James Tom, that's great. Here in James Tom news, we could say, and people are like, and then we provide no other context.
Yeah.
I think that's
good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait.
This rewards loyal listeners and alienates the new listeners.
That's what we want.
That's perfect, yeah.
Or anybody who's, I guess, just heard this part of the podcast. Yeah.
Can we refer to him as James Tom?
James Tom is good.
Yeah, it's more streamlined, I think.
agree. It's slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then only one of the names is a real name. Plus, there's only one of them, isn't there?
That's true.
It's not James Bond.
No, it's not. It's not plural.
It's James Bond. So it's
James Bond.
It's James Tom.
There's just the one.
Yes.
How are you feeling about Superman? Are you optimistic?
I'm optimistic.
Like a Superman might be.
Yes.
Are you worried it's going to be a big crap?
I'm not worried it's going to be a big crap, I don't think, no. No. And I watched the trailer just earlier.
It was in cinemas when you saw Jurassic World Rebirth?
It was in cinemas. It's not the one that prominently features Crypto, which I think is kind of a mistake.
Yeah.
I think people are loving Crypto, the super dog.
Yeah.
I think he should be in more of these trailers.
James Gunn took out a scene where somebody punched that dog as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
would have liked to have seen that. It's not a real dog.
Yeah, and
it's got superpowers. It's fine.
Yeah,
you can punch it.
Exactly. He'll punch you back later.
Yeah.
It's all the more satisfying when he punches you back
That's
later.
right. Dog punch. Yeah.
There was a little promo scene. I don't know if you saw this. I saw it on Twitter. It was, I think it's maybe a trailer released in Korea or something like that. But it had Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific at Mr. Terrific's garage where they're getting in his UFO.
Cool.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, a bit of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of comic book nonsense, which I like.
Yes.
And all therefore.
Well, we recently read.
Of course.
It's not out yet, I don't think, but we read All Star
Superman.
Superman. Okay. We read for the Big Sandwich Classic Comic Book Club, which is our classy comic book review podcast. We read
Come On By. That's what you say.
I do say that. It'll be shagadelic.
That's what I
always say.
That's what I say.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
We talked about All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff.
It's amazing. Well,
and I think there's going to be a lot of that.
There's going to be a lot of that in this, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm looking for silly, colourful nonsense, really.
But heart.
But heart.
Yeah.
You know?
And somebody punching a dog so the dog can punch
Someone
you.
punching a dog.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Wow. You know what? I'm after somebody punching a dog with no consequences.
You can just do that.
Yeah. Or somebody punches the dog and then it's heavily implied in the post-credits the dog will get revenge. And in the post-credits he doesn't get revenge.
Dog revenge.
Just, you know.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now, did you attend Fuel Fest over the weekend, which is an automobile festival organised by Paul Walker's brother Cody and Tyrese Gibson?
I didn't attend that, no.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That must be the first time for you not to attend this, maybe.
Well, my Shaguar was in the shop.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did you do to it? It's stains, isn't it?
There's a lot of stains.
Yeah,
Assorted other. Yeah. It's absolutely.
Anyway, this is where Vin Diesel said, "Don't worry, Fast and Furious is coming back, and it's going to be in April of 2027."
Okay.
And he said, "There's 3 conditions that he laid down."
That was my reaction, by the way. Okay. All right.
These are the 3 conditions he laid down for the franchise.
Okay.
And these are definitely from him and not a studio mandate. 1, bring the franchise back to Los Angeles.
Okay.
I mean, they did that already.
For tax credit purposes?
I think it's because they filmed the last one in like Rome and wherever else. And it...
Or a green screen that looked like that.
Yeah, and had a big ball and whatever.
And a big ball, yeah.
John Cena flipped his car to his death or something.
It's probably too dangerous to film in Rome again because that big ball is still rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Rome is so perfectly shaped in a kind of like a skateboard ramp kind of setup that once you get a ball rolling, it's just rolling forever.
And like perpetual motion.
Yeah, exactly. All the people are, they're sitting at their trattorias outside on the pavement or whatever. They're trying to drink their espresso and freaking balls coming down the road, a giant metal ball.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, which may or may not have a nuclear warhead in it. And they're like, Mamma mia. My ristretto, they'll say. I was in a cafe recently.
Oh, yeah, it must be nice.
And somebody came up to the waitress and she was like, this coffee's too strong. And the waitress looked at the order and went, it's a double ristretto. What are you... And she's like, yeah, but it's a bit strong. That's what it is. That's as close as you can get to pure caffeine in a cup. Why did you order that and then go, it's too strong?
No, you should die if you did that.
She did.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying...
They brought out the manager and the manager shot her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
You should go like quietly and die, like crawl under a house and die.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Second point. Return the narrative to car culture, the street racing. Cool. I mean, you're going to have to get out of that exploded dam first from the end of the last movie.
And the plane blew up as well.
And the plane blew up as
with
well.
everybody
Everyone
on
was
it.
on that plane.
Yeah.
I guess that's going to make the race less people.
That'd be easy.
Tyrese won't
easy
be
to
on it
film.
or whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
And the third thing is reuniting Dom and Brian O'Connor.
Absolutely.
So, of course, that is what you're going to get in the finale. So basically the announcement is that Paul Walker is returning to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Okay.
Presumably they're going to use the same similar technology as last time.
Which is one of his brothers? Is it Cody or is it a different brother?
I think it was both of them last time.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess they do the same thing. And look, man, that's his family. They can do whatever they want.
And it is somewhat ghoulish, but also when they did it in 7... it was pretty good.
I mean, also they had to do it because
they had to do it, but also like
they don't have to do this.
Yeah, no, I mean the reason a lot of these face replacement things and the bringing back the Star Wars actors and etc. look so awful and ghoulish is because they do it as quickly as possible and they keep changing their minds and the VFX houses are so overworked and they have to
and then someone
knock it out
does it
in
on
a
YouTube
week.
And it looks better.
Yeah, exactly. So like at the very least they were honoring his work in the movies, and they took the time to make sure it looked as good as it possibly can.
Yeah,
so if
right.
they are doing this again, I very much doubt, and I'm sure Vin Diesel isn't going to be just knock it out or whatever. Like they're gonna, whatever you think of the movies and
They're
Vin Diesel
now.
and other people in these movies, if they're going to do this, they are going to take the time to make it look pretty good. I would estimate. But as to the rest of it, is this because he's committed to a great finale for the Fast and the Furious franchise, or is this because the last one didn't do that well and they've got to cut it sort of back to the bone?
Absolutely that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm all for.
Sure.
I'm also for good movies. Also, this isn't going to be the last one. Even if it bombs,
Uh-huh.
they'll retool it again and we'll see whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fast and Furious Baby, something you would love to see.
That's terrific. Didn't they already do Fast and Furious Kids? Wasn't there a
it was
cartoon
like a
series?
Netflix something,
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
And there's that video game, which I love.
Yeah,
we
you
played
do.
it together.
You do like that one,
And
yeah.
Vin Diesel returns.
Now, this is also far enough in the future that I think they are going to be aware that most people in the audience have forgotten what happened in the last one. So they'll just
the
they
damn
will
thing.
absolutely brush over every. It would not shock me if the next one starts with them just in the Brian's house or whatever.
I completely agree.
And they're just all there, and it's the same thing. Like
I can't believe we got out of it.
Can't believe we all got it out. I can't believe we escaped that exploding plane. Well, we did. Can't believe you. I can't believe you escaped
don't
that
want to get
exploding
into it.
down.
I don't want to talk
exactly.
about it now.
It's like when in the last one they were like, "How did Han come back?" Well, he just did.
Yeah. How did Gal Gadot get off that submarine?
Oh, I forgot she's a submarine captain.
How did she get off that submarine?
But there's a hatch.
Probably out the hatch.
Yeah, we saw her get out of the hatch, James. Do you not remember?
Yeah, I remember everything. That's actually not a good thing, though, when it comes to these movies.
Yeah.
Or just movies in general. God. People are like, it's amazing you remember all this stuff. Some people are like that. Some people are like, you don't remember enough.
Correct, yes.
I guess normal people say that to
Yes.
me. But it's like, I don't choose to.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
I'm not like studying
Yeah.
it. It just stays with me. And thank God I do this, because what would I do with this information?
It'll just rattle around in your head.
I don't know anything useful. Variety, Mason, they're saying that Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier will officially direct the X-Men reboot.
Pretty good.
For Marvel Studios.
Oh.
All right. Like him, like Thunderbolts. Could be the best superhero movie of the year yet. I don't know. Well, it is so far. It's only been one. I don't know. Good. Sad family affair. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. You better believe it.
Costumes.
Yes.
Cyclops, but he's wearing the blue ones and he's got that yellow stripe down him and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To indicate he supports the West Coast Eagles. They're blue and yellow, right?
They certainly are, mate.
Or whatever they are now. Maybe they're not the West Coast
changed,
Eagles.
but I think they are.
Yeah.
I think you're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Cool. So that's good. Great. Let's talk more Marvel stuff because Screen Crush. Sinners producer Sev Ohanian.
No, just imagine it.
Oh, Screen Crush.
They're being crushed by the screen. That's the logo. There's a man and he's
And he's saying, apparently all the costumes in Sinners were just bought for cost from Marvel because they were going to be used on Blade. Because as we've been hearing, Blade was going to be a period piece at one point.
Sure.
A vampire period piece. And Sinners is that.
Yep.
So,
right, yeah.
Great costuming.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
I mean, that's a huge win for like that production. I guess Ryan Coogler had that relationship with Marvel and whatever.
Yeah. So this is confirmed. This is true.
This is confirmed. Yeah, the producers said it. So yeah, that's good.
Marvel just went, yeah, we have a closet for period vampire movie. Just you want to take anything you want?
We also have the Inhumans stuff. Do you want any of that?
We do not. We would, absolutely not. You should burn that.
So that's really, I mean, God, Blade. Yeah. I don't even know.
That also suggests that they were like
well along.
Oh yeah. Or they just went, okay, some of this movie's going to be set, in the early 20th century.
Yeah.
So just churn out 100 costumes.
Yeah.
Oh, now we've cancelled that concept. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Wow, and that's cancel culture. Who's going to stop it? Who's going to step in and do the right thing? I hope it's Tim Allen.
You think it'll be Tim Allen?
Who else? Who else is brave enough? Kevin Sorbo.
He is brave.
Yeah,
he did fight Zeus that time.
He did. Mason, this is from the Diz Insider. Okay. So who knows whether this is real? I would say even if this is made up, this is real.
Okay. That's short for Disney Insider.
I don't know.
Okay, because a disinsider would
Could
be
an
an outsider.
Disinformation insider.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Wow.
Apparently, with Indiana Jones, Lucasfilm was letting the franchise rest for a bit, and then they're going to do a full reboot of the franchise.
A full
reboot.
Is that what you said first time?
What did I say? Reboot?
You said reboot.
Yeah, they got a.
He is a brute. He's often a brute.
Often he is. Yeah. Apparently, the studio will announce something maybe around D23 Expo next year.
Okay.
And even though the last film tanked at the box office, Indiana Jones is still an iconic IP, and Disney/Lucasfilm do not want to waste that. Well, maybe they should have thought of that before they did nothing with Indiana Jones.
For decades?
For, what was it? 15 years or whatever it was.
Sure. Yeah.
And then went, do you want to see a really old man? Not really.
Interesting.
To be honest.
Wow.
Can't believe I got excited for that movie. Like a moron. Look at me. Am I a stupid idiot?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, who could pop up? A certain Shagadelic secret agent.
Oh, yeah.
They could cross over. I think
Interesting.
Timelines certainly work out, don't they?
Yeah, I think.
And thematically, I think, and tonally, they're quite similar.
In this reboot.
Yes.
Even though Indiana Jones is set mostly in the 30s, the good stuff is at least.
We said it during the bad stuff.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I think so.
Yeah, all right. I'm in. I'm all in.
Okay, it's greenlit. All right, let's do this.
So I guess, what does this mean? A recast? What are we doing here?
Ooh, a whip. Ooh, behave. What are you going to do with that? Ooh, behave.
Yeah, being whipped on my bottom is my bag, baby, etc.
That's naughty, baby. Yeah, so on and so forth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
I didn't even think of that originally, but once you come up with a concept, the ideas just start flowing.
Agreed. So what do you reckon? Recast? What are we doing here?
I ate an idol.
Yep.
I ate a big stone idol. He could say, fat bastard. He's back.
Is he?
They're all back. All of Mike
So Austin
Myers...
Powers isn't a reboot, but Indiana Jones is. Is that what's happening here? But they reboot it in the 60s or the year 1999 or whatever.
I think to pay the respect to both franchises, I think you said it in the 60s. So it's 60s Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And he's got his bad teeth and everything.
Hey, baby, I got bad teeth. Yeah.
And I guess Fat bastard came back through time because he's a present-day villain.
He's a good guy, though, isn't he? Doesn't he become a good guy? And he
Maybe.
loses all that weight because he's like, I'm like Jared from Subway, but not the crook stuff.
Ah, okay. All right. Anyway, here's the thing. Both of those franchises so far in the past, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, he could just be
Just
like...
do whatever.
Yeah.
We Fast and Furious 11. And,
The distant past.
yeah.
And then people would be like, were these ever in the...
I got fat again, you could say.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I think they need to do what they've sort of been
I
doing.
ate a big ball in Rome, and now
What?
I'm fat again.
From eating the nuclear bowl.
Correct, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But what about, like...
These ideas, they're just,
Yeah,
if
they're
anything,
good.
there's
So
too many ideas.
We had a video game, but, like, where's the animated stuff? Where's the comics? We've talked about that. Like, how are they getting... Like, is this even a relevant... You have to get everybody on board with Indiana Jones again? And I don't know. Is this insurmountable to make it, like, as popular as it once was?
Are we still doing the bit where I'm crossing over?
You can do that.
No,
if
I
you
think
want.
I'll stop doing the bit. I'll come
Okay,
back to
I mean,
it
it's
later.
been working,
I
so
think so too, yeah.
I would say just keep going.
And just to be clear, you did this.
Oh, is that why you're doing it?
Yeah, that's right. It'd be funny if they got Alden Ehrenreich to be Harrison Ford. To be Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he would do a good job.
I
Like,
think
he would be
so
great
too,
in
yeah.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
You do it again. Why not?
Yeah. I know that, like, there was an era when it was like Chris Pratt, Bradley Cooper,
Yeah.
or whatever. Pick one of those guys. That's past.
Yeah.
So you'd probably have to, I don't know,
Tom Holland.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Good stuff. I like that.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
I mean,
I
I couldn't do it, but as like a...
you wouldn't want to step on the toes
Fuck
of
no.
Harrison Ford.
No,
right?
I just think it's an impossible thing.
Yeah. I mean, they probably just should have given him a young... I mean, they attempted this, didn't they? I mean...
Couple of times.
It's you know exactly what I'm going to say. It's,
Yeah.
You know, the idea was obvious. You have a new sidekick and you pass the torch to the sidekick, but then Shia LaBeouf went off the rails and nobody
Yeah.
wanted Phoebe Waller-Bridge to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and then you just have it, you use the font
Mm.
and it's not Indiana Jones, it's just Raiders of the Lost Ark, whatever the adventure is. You
Much
do it-
Williams.
Exactly.
Much
yeah.
Williams in the invention, and he, there's a secret.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
right, yes.
I don't know, Incas, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, we'll see.
we will see.
Game's good.
Yeah, game is, we'll see.
Yeah. But maybe that's what it becomes.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes that kind of franchise as opposed to your blockbuster. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that Found in the Youth movie's good.
Yeah, we've heard good things.
Nobody's said anything good.
Nobody's
about
nobody's seen it or said
it.
anything.
Yeah,
good.
I mean, what do you do? Animated series?
I think so. I think they should have done this 10 years ago, though.
Yeah.
I think they're way too
Because
late.
animated series takes the weight off an actor
Yeah.
who doesn't look enough like he looks enough like Indiana
Get
Jones.
Troy Baker to
but
do it
nobody's,
again
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah.
And that also takes the weight off people going, oh, they don't look like
Yeah.
the old movies. They don't have the Spielberg magic. They don't have the et cetera.
You can set it in whatever era then.
Yeah, exactly.
The 60s.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get Troy Baker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Mason Trailers Ahoy.
Honk.
Whoa, new horn? Don't care. Mason,
wow.
we've got this.
Wow.
Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
Spoilers.
I did say I was going to read the book before the trailer came out. I didn't have time.
There's more stuff in the book. than
Yeah,
what's in
well,
the
I mean,
trailer.
let's get all the way through the trailer before we spoil it.
Sure.
What happens in the trailer?
There'll be a time code below if you
Yeah.
want to jump to
It's
the
also
next
not
one.
a huge spoiler. You could probably
Yeah, you can puzzle it out. So it's Andy Weir's story, who did The Martian, of course, which was very successful. Drew Goddard did the screenplay.
And apparently he's only got one idea, which is a guy in space.
Guys, and whatever. And
Good on you, Andy Weir.
This is Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who did not Indiana Jones. They did Han Solo movie until they got fired.
That's right. And they produced the Spider-Verse movies?
Yes, or directed them or something. But it's one of those things, isn't it?
That's correct. It is
Yeah.
one of those things.
So that's good and fun. Ryan Gosling's here. He's like, I can't go do Save Space.
Yeah, I'm just a man.
Yep.
A regular man.
But he has to go save space.
Yeah, so the sun is going out.
Where have I heard this before?
Yeah.
Just in the best movie of all time?
That's right.
Yeah.
Austin Powers 3. Gold member.
Yes, gold member.
Um,
Tom Cruise is in that one.
That's right. Yeah, the sun's going out, and it turns out all the suns in all the nearby solar systems are also going out.
But
except
why?
for one, we don't know.
Yeah.
And so they're going to send Ryan Gosling, and he's a high school teacher, science
Yeah.
teacher. But apparently he's got the skills, and they can't send anybody else.
No.
So they're going to send him there to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what else is here, he says.
Yes.
And then is the spoiler part, Alien.
Yeah, he meets an alien.
Yeah, so in the book, and it'll be similar here, it's like a spidery kind of thing. Also, there's a movie last year called Spaceman, and it's got Adam Sandler. It's on Netflix, and Paul Dano played a spider.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, that's weird. So this looks great.
Yeah.
So it's March 2026. The Martian is a good movie.
Yes.
And a good book.
And I would say this seems more whimsical.
Yeah. I remember the book's not as funny as this, I would say, from memory. Yeah. But a lot of the book is based on the relationship between the two of them, obviously. And so it doesn't stop when like the alien turns up. That's most of the narrative.
Right. Okay.
It's like, is that. So it's well worth a read if you had an interest in the trailer. Mason, let's do the next one. The Runnin' Man.
Runnin' Man.
So Edgar Wright is directing a reboot of The Runnin' Man.
That's right.
Which is closer, it hits closer to the Stephen King novel or novella, I don't know. We did do a movie commentary actually on the original Running Man with Arnold, who actually made an appearance.
He made several appearances.
It was crazy how he kept calling in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Apparently they actually reached
Specifically,
out.
it was Arnold from the 80s.
Yeah, that's right.
He had some sort of rich person time phone.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre. And you barely heard any of it, I think, actually.
I was out of the room for a lot of it, yeah.
So they got on a Zoom call with him and said he gave us I think he makes that there's a small like cameo kind of nod to him in it.
There is, because he's on the money.
He's on them. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is that. Maybe there's something else. That. And he said he gave us his blessing and said, of all the films I've made, I've always felt this one would be worthy of a remake. It definitely feels like darker than.
Yes.
So the first one is set like within a game world. Like
it is like an
arena,
adventure, an arena,
like a gladiators kind of thing.
Yeah, but this one is more akin to the original story, which is just it is a. You volunteer to be a running man, and then everybody in the country can track you down. And if you survive 30 days, you win a lot of money.
That's right.
And that's the original one.
And nobody does, ever.
Apparently not, no.
But maybe this time, maybe. Yeah. This looks terrific.
Yeah, we have Coleman Domingo as the TV host.
Yep.
Which is great.
Michael Cera's in it, who, of course, was in Scott Pilgrim, also which Edgar Wright directed.
That's right.
Glenn Powell's mentioned. I don't know, man. What do you reckon?
Looks cool. I like it.
It's going to be out, what date in 2026? Let's have a look. It's going to be out November 7th of this year. Oh, hell yeah. Josh Brolin, is in it. Katie O'Brien's in it. Oh, there you go. Cool. All right. Cool. Mason, let's do this last trailer. Okay. Now, this one leaked. Unless you saw it in cinemas. Whenever they say this is going to play in front of a movie exclusively, we never have that in Australia.
That's true.
It literally has never happened here.
Yeah.
But the Odyssey...
We just get that ad about the two men who are like...
Did you buy something for mum or whatever?
Yeah.
Me and my son, we love that ad and we recite it to each other when they do it.
The first 10 to 20 times I saw that ad, I was like, God, these guys are annoying. But now I'm like, I would kill for these men. They just need to get. They need to get. For this guy's mum's birthday.
I didn't even realize they're together.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're on the background of each other's phone. Yeah. I didn't realize that until recently.
Did you not?
I thought they were bros. I mean, they are bros.
Yeah, but they're a couple.
But they're doing it.
Wow, not in the cinema.
I don't know.
Oh. I mean, the whole point of it is, turn your phone off before you.
Yeah.
Go into the cinema. Yeah.
Because they say, did you get anything for mum's birthday? It's like,
no, he says your mum's birthday.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Because they're not bros. Or they're bros.
Yeah.
But they're doing it.
Yes, that's right.
Anyway, The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's next movie. There's a few controversial things. Oh, it leaked, by the way. You can find it, though. I think I watched on Daily Motion, maybe. I don't know, something. Wow. There's American accents. It's just whatever accents going in. But I mean, it's also a fantastical... epic journey. Apparently there's going to be a big Cyclops in it and whatever else.
Oh, hell yeah.
And maybe it's like animatronic, and that would be something to see.
That would be exciting.
Big robot Cyclops.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it's Nolan's most expensive movie. THR reckon that it's got a $250 million budget.
Nice.
So that's cool.
And what did we see of it? A bloody bloke on a beach.
Bloke on a beach, wooden horse, Matt Damon in the water, John Barenthal, Tom Holland. Sorry. What is it?
James Tom.
James Tom. Yeah.
He's not James Tom in this.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So doesn't give much away, but I think this is going to be way more fantastical than it seems grounded and Troy-like, but it's going to be magic, etc.
Very nice.
Cool. Maybe like that movie Wrath of the Titans or Clash of the Titans.
Sure. Or Gods of Egypt.
Good movie.
It's probably a spiritual successor to Gods of Egypt.
Good movie.
I agree.
There you go. So that's out July 17th. Wow, that's soon.
That is soon.
2026.
Yes.
So it's not that soon, actually.
No.
It's over a year away when you think about it. When you think about it like I think about it. Last bit of news.
Go on.
This is via Instagram. Neil Druckmann, he's left The Last of Us before Season 3's happened.
What?
He said, I've made the difficult decision to step away from the creative involvement in The Last of Us on HBO, with work completed on Season 2, and before any meaningful work starts on Season 3. Dude, it's going to take forever to make this fucking show. Now is the right time for me to transition my complete focus to Naughty Dog and its future projects.
So Neil Druckmann is the creator of the game,
Yes.
right? And he's the the head of the studio.
Yeah, some both.
And so he's been involved in the making of the TV show, but
Yes.
he's stepping back from that.
Correct. So including writing and directing our exciting new game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, along with my responsibilities as studio head and head of creative. Along with this, Haley Gross is also leaving. She worked on Westworld and also co-wrote The Last of Us Part 2 with Neil Druckmann. Oh. I don't know. I think maybe because of the reception of that Season 2 and whatever, maybe there's some stuff going on there.
Yeah, sure.
I watched The Last of Us Season 2. I finally finished it. I thought it was whatever.
Oh.
Like there's some good stuff
Okay.
in it, but I didn't love it and it ended in a weird time. And you know what happened?
What's that?
Twice I went, oh, what was the end of that? I didn't get to it. And I watched the last 10 minutes. I'm like, I fucking watched this already. And then I did it again.
Oh, wow.
I forgot and asked me how it ends now.
How's it end?
No fucking idea. Can't
Interesting.
remember.
Wow.
But I can definitely remember the end of the first season. I don't know. I think narratively, like it's a huge drop off. Like it drops off a cliff.
It's a shame.
Yeah. So,
And do you think this is Neil Druckmann's fault?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's
Wow.
leaving. They're probably kicking
I
him
don't
out.
I don't have the quote here, but apparently Pedro Pascal came up to him at one point and was like, "Do you like art?"
Do you like art?
Like in response to like him making a lot of decisions on the show in a particular way. Pascal was like, "Do you like art?
Oh, wow.
I wish we were making art."
And not crap?
Yeah.
Not Drek?
Yeah.
Wow, that's hard. That's a hard thing to hear and say. Yeah. Anyway, you going to watch it?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come back to Season 3. See where it's at. But yeah, it does, like, it hits the beats of, like, the second game, and there are performances in it I like and things that happen. I'm like, this is pretty exciting, I guess. But I just couldn't get into it. Like, it's also not terrible.
Right.
But I think it's such a massive drop-off from the first season, which I think is near perfect. Anyway, and that's the news that we live in and the world that we have. Anything else, Mason, or should we move to the next segment of the show? I was talking about Jurassic time.
Let's do that.
Yay! Jurassic World
Whoa.
Rebirth.
Whoa.
Man, I tell you what, on a budget of $180 million, though THR claims that it's closer to $225 million.
Whoa, that's a specific change.
Agreed. It's having a 5-day domestic run in the US because of something, 4th of something.
4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, man.
We're there with you.
Happy firework.
That's right. We hope it's shagadelic.
We do. We hope that for you. It's going to have a 141.2 opening US weekend.
That's a big movie.
That includes, so it'd be, if you did judge it as a 3-day weekend, which is what you would normally do, it's about 85 million. It's going to do about 312 million internationally. This is good.
Big movie.
Yeah.
It's a big movie.
Will it last?
Whap, whap, whap. All the exits are being sealed. Cyanide gas is being pumped into the atmosphere.
Why are they doing that?
Big movie alert. I don't know, man.
Don't they want people to go to the big movie?
I don't know, man.
If they're shooting it into the atmosphere, how does that
Wait a
affect-
sec. When you had this room fitted out, did you ask the guy to put in a big movie alert?
Yeah, in case there was a big movie.
Well, you've doomed us both.
Mate, I don't know what to tell you. This is podcasting.
Because that's
This
true.
is the industry, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
what
true.
we agreed to.
With all the good, everything good and ill. I guess if cyanide gas has to be pumped into the room.
So yeah, it's but it has been a year for things just falling off a cliff.
I thought you were going to say it's been a big year. It's been a year since the last Jurassic Park movie.
Maybe.
Maybe,
No,
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit longer than that.
It has, but yeah.
F1's looks like it's got some legs. I mean, this is going to come
some
up
wheels.
and some wheels. This is going to come up against Superman, but like most things have just kind of flash in a pan. There's Sinners has been an exception. That one's done exceptionally well and went longer and etc. Anyways, what do you think the story was? It's been X number of years since the last whatever.
That's right, with the bugs.
Yeah, the bugs.
And
The dinosaurs they got out into the world.
now there's a world full of dinosaurs, but they all died. except for because they can't handle it.
No.
You'd think that would be a cool premise, but actually they've all died.
It's a bad premise, and you're an idiot.
Yeah, and anyway, all the dinosaurs are now sort of around the equator because that's where it's the warmest.
Yes.
And including some islands.
Yeah.
And anyway,
they spend a lot of time going like, all the dinosaurs are around the equator. Where are the dinosaurs? They're actually at the equator.
Yeah.
Why the equator? It's hot at the equator.
That's right.
And that's where all the dinosaurs are. Should we go there? You shouldn't, but you can.
That's right. Well, they have to because Rupert Friend, who to be clear is no friend of mine.
No, because we don't know him.
He's a slimy corporate guy. And he's got to get he needs to take some people on a fetch quest. Because
That's
they need to
right.
get the DNA of 3 specific dinosaurs on a specific island. So he's going
Yes.
to hire Scarlett Johansson, who's some sort of special ops type person.
Yeah, but she's got a dark secret.
What is it?
Somebody she knew died or whatever.
Is that it?
Yeah, she's a mercenary, etc. Maybe she's got a conscience though.
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, she wouldn't possibly be able to recognize dinosaurs from pictures of dinosaurs, specific pictures of dinosaurs. She wouldn't be able to look at a big dinosaur and then, like an enormous dinosaur, and then look at a picture of a dinosaur and go, that's the dinosaur I got to get the DNA out of.
Got to get it.
So you got to get another guy.
Yeah.
And that's Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, and he goes, I know land, sea, and air dinosaurs.
That's right. I'm a science man.
Because I've seen Voltron, the vehicle version, where they do land, sea, and air.
That's right,
Understand
exactly.
that.
Yeah. I'm a 90s kid. And I'm in Wicked.
Yeah, man.
That's right. But anyway, and they're on the crew.
They're doing
But then
it.
they're going to need a crew that's crazier than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you're going to get Mahershala Ali.
He'll be
He's
there.
going to be in there.
Yep.
There's some other guys.
Don't ask him about Blade.
Yep. That's right.
He doesn't know.
It's nice to see him in a movie.
I
isn't it?
agree, but he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. That's true. Please don't ask him. Ask him about Jurassic World.
Yeah, but he doesn't know
He
about
doesn't
that
know.
either.
Anyway, he's got some other. He's a ship's captain.
Ed Skrin's there.
Is that it? It was Ed Skrin.
He'd be a good
Okay.
Lex Luthor. Can he do an American accent? Do you reckon? Like the physicality of him?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
he'd be a good Lex Luthor. You could have British Lex Luthor.
That's true.
Brett Luthor. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
He could be all, I demand $1 billion.
He could do that.
Right?
Yeah, he could do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Go on.
right. Anyway, he's got a crew of other people. They're also there.
But are there other people there?
Yes, there's other people. You wouldn't go into these waters because it's illegal, and also you might die because of the dinosaurs because they're all on the
But
equator.
what are the chances?
Pretty good.
Yeah, because there's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a family. It's a dad
Yeah.
and 2 daughters and one of the daughter's boyfriends. They're on a little boat.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're just gonna sail. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a big sailing time. We're gonna have a good fun time.
We used to do this with your mother and what happened to her. Who cares?
But just to be clear, I've got a tragic backstory also.
Yeah.
If you think I'm going to be the only dad without a tragic backstory, I
Mate.
got one.
Mate.
Yeah.
You're going to be spitting
Everybody
shit.
here's got a tragic backstory. We're going to explore it the tiniest amount.
Yeah.
You know?
God. And then anyway, they'll go to the island. But also, there's a third island. There's Jurassic Park that exploded
Yep.
in 2 movies ago.
Uh-huh.
And then there was also the Jurassic World, the Lost World Island, which featured in movies 2 and 3.
Uh-huh.
That one's still out there. That's where they bred all the dinosaurs.
Okay, yeah.
This is a third, even more dinosaur island.
This is the island of misfit toys.
Yeah, that's
Dinosaur
right.
Island.
And
Yeah.
you might be like, how are they different from regular dinosaurs? They look different, some of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all slopping about.
Do they behave
Big
differently?
domed heads.
Yeah, they don't. They're there. And
yeah.
don't go near them, but you can go near some of them. And, DNA.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the DNA will stop people having heart attacks, which is what happened to Scarlett Johansson's father or mother, maybe.
That's right.
And that's part of the movie.
That's her arc and backstory.
Yeah. What'd you think?
All right.
Yeah.
Passed the time, didn't
It's
it?
not much, is it?
Well, I think most.
I think it's better than the last 2, but that is damning it with faint praise. I think it feels very rushed for reasons
Yeah,
we'll get
right.
into.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Gareth Edwards is didn't have the time or was utilized
Oh yeah,
properly.
this was directed by Gareth Edwards, who
Sort
of course
of.
did The Creator,
Yeah.
and other things.
Yes, Monsters,
Monsters.
Godzilla reboot.
That's right.
Other, some of Rogue One.
I feel like the particular set of characters, there's less mugging.
Okay.
You know, like the previous one.
Oh,
with
totally,
Bryce Dallas
yeah.
Howard and Chris Pratt just
Yeah.
mugging at each other.
Yeah, there's definitely less of that.
So I don't know. I mean, generally I've found Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and
Ed Skrin,
no, Mr. Man.
the
Wicked
the
Man.
dad.
Mr. Wicked Man.
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey, thank you. I think
Yeah.
they were a good combination
Yeah.
generally.
I think, it's cast really well, but I think what people forget, because there's this idea that, like,
try me, Buster. I never forget anything.
Well, it's...
What do you think I forgot?
You know, and you see this for like the Godzilla and Kong movies. It's like, we don't care about the creatures. We don't care about the people. We only care about the creatures. But the original Jurassic Park, the scenes without the dinosaurs are just as compelling.
Right,
Due to the writing, there's boardroom scenes, just like there's the conversations and the ethics behind everything that they're doing is very interesting. And it's one of those things where as you get older, it becomes more interesting because it's, you know, you realize it's not just about dinosaurs, it's about other things. Whereas these have become...
Because you become a bloody dinosaur.
Yeah, that's
mate.
right. But these are just like creature features and just kind of get to the dinosaurs. And I don't know, I think again, yeah, it's cast well, but they don't really have anything to say. It's like, what's the ethics behind dinosaurs? I don't know.
Yes.
No, they can die, but whatever. Who cares?
I feel like there was definitely like a studio mandated moment of let's see the wonder of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like you absolutely know they're going to have to put in a moment where they
go, wow, big dinosaurs.
Wow, we've only seen dinosaurs on the street.
Yeah.
Now
we only see dinosaurs every day.
Yeah.
But now they're in a different... That's the other part of this movie is the world is sick of dinosaurs and nobody cares or is going to dinosaur museums or zoos. That would never fucking happen. And I know that would never happen because of just regular zoos. I love the zoo.
Yeah.
You love the zoo? I love seeing a bird. I'm like, fuck, birds are great.
Right?
Like,
The other day I was like, why are some birds like grey and pink?
yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So, yeah, if there were dinosaurs, like there's a Triceratops skeleton at the Melbourne Museum.
Skellington.
And it's fucking incredible. And it's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's not even a real dinosaur because it's a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
But I love it. And I know that's not just me. And so don't tell me the dinosaurs aren't cool. I think
Isn't it a trenchant commentary on the very nature of studio blockbusters, James?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because they go, oh, people are bored of dinosaurs.
Oh, they're bad.
So let's write that in.
Right.
But obviously, from the way that these movies have performed, even when they're shit, people aren't bored of dinosaurs because they will see these regardless.
Yeah.
Apparently. So I just don't believe that.
They're not even bored of bad dinosaur movies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So David Koepp, who wrote this, and he wrote the original screenplay. He spoke to THR and he said they took that idea all the way, the idea that dinosaurs were in the real world.
Yes.
And they're everywhere. And he said, dinosaurs were nesting on the Chrysler building and renting apartments downtown. I didn't have a single idea about where to go with that.
Why'd you write the movie then? Why'd you take the job then?
So you just do, like, it felt like greatest hits. It was like the Beatles' #1 album.
Yeah. Which is their best album, obviously.
Yeah, of course. It's got all their greatest hits.
Yeah.
But it's like that. The only, I would say, really distinct scene that felt new is a scene from the book which they couldn't put in the first movie, which was the raft T-Rex scene.
Right.
Which I think is genuinely very good.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is like, I've seen the mosasaur. I've seen people looking at fucking brachiosaurs. They're not brachiosaurs, they're whatever in this. I've seen mutant dinosaurs. I've seen raptors. Oh, these ones have wings. I've fucking seen this.
Yeah.
And it still all looks great.
Yeah.
And there's some tension to it and whatever. But it's just, I've seen this. And it's just, you didn't have other ideas that weren't, what if we went to Jurassic Park again? Like, we've even done, let's go to Jurassic Park, but it's run down. We fucking did that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, it's a Spinosaur. There's 3 of them. Cool, man.
Maybe David Koepp, you could have had a Spinosaur and given the writing job to somebody who had more ideas. I think it's a shame they have never gone the full dinosaurs have overrun the world thing. I think that would be way better.
And they can't now, really.
Well, they can't, because, they could just go climate change, make everything hot or whatever. They've sort of clipped the wings of this one by... And again, I'm sure we talked about that once we talked about the previous... Is the previous one the one that brought all the original cast back?
Yeah.
And they teamed up with the new cast?
Too many, yeah.
Right. Well, what clearly happened in that one is they went, we got to do a movie where dinosaurs have overrun the world. And then somebody went, oh, well, according to the science, they couldn't have overrun the world. There hasn't been enough time or whatever, or they can't.
According to the science, none of this.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
So let's just make it bugs. Maybe bugs overrun the world. And it's like... And now they've done a similar thing by going, all the pre-existing dinosaurs that did escape into the world have died. All the ones that are in the cities and what have you. You shouldn't have done that.
No.
I think in the next one, and I'm sure they're going to have a next one, just say the climate change has caused the entire world. The climate change and it caused the entire world to heat up, and so now dinosaurs can thrive. And then you just go, the world's been overrun with dinosaurs. Well, the science doesn't check out. Well,
Life found a way.
Yeah, life found a way, Einstein, Mr. Einstein, genius brainiac.
Yeah.
What do you know about anything? Because they're out the window. Look,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
There's one.
Yeah,
That guy's sliding down that one like he's Fred Flintstone.
Exactly.
I think that actually is Fred Flintstone.
that's right.
Now that I look at it.
We've gone back through time.
So this is what David Kep said about what Spielberg's involvement in this, because he does have a hand in all of these. He said one of the things is that it should be scary. I don't think it's very scary.
Yeah, but for kids.
Yeah, sure. We should see some things that we've never seen before. I don't think that happened.
Big dome head.
Yep. Let's make
six-armed dinosaur.
Yep. Let's make the science. Yeah, I guess. Let's make the science as close to as real as we can. Okay, sure. Shooting a fucking dart into a dinosaur or whatever.
It's a very elaborate plan. It's you shoot a dart into a dinosaur to get the DNA, and then it fills up the syringe, and then it shoots itself into the air, and then it's got a little parachute on it.
And you catch it.
It's a lot to pack into one little tube.
Yeah, and you might think, is it hard to catch? No, sometimes it'll just land near you. You don't really need to worry about it. And he said, but
so it's made of glass, which is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, it's probably made of Perspex glass, Super Jurassic.
Probably made of
glass,
Super Jurassic
InGen
Super
glass.
glass.
Oh, InGen's gone again or whatever. But this particular movie, he really wanted to avoid anything that was self-reference. He does not like to quote himself. He's allergic to it. If you put something in the ring that rings too familiar, he'll say, "Didn't I do that already? Don't do that." That's this movie. That's the whole fucking movie. It's just the thing that you saw.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, it really felt like it just lurched between different moments from Jurassic Park / World.
Great.
And also, often there is a through line of like dinosaurs, like a dinosaur you'll see that will follow on through. You see the mutant dinosaur at the start, and then in the last 10 minutes it shows up. So it's not even like the T-Rex itself is a character in the first movie, or the others that it's in or whatever. But, there's a narrative there.
Right.
Whereas this, it sort of isn't. It's just like the set pieces are, there's a different dinosaur. It feels like a video game.
I think you've forgotten about the very small dinosaur that is going to be used to sell 1 million plushies.
Yeah, that they take back to the real world, so it's going to die immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The other thing is, a Snickers wrapper let a dinosaur out. Let a mutant
That's correct,
out.
yeah.
That happened at the start.
I did notice a lot of product placement in this. There was some Snickers and some M&Ms.
They go into a 7-Eleven at one point.
They do.
On abandoned Jurassic Park Island.
I was looking out for grain waves, but I couldn't see any grain waves.
You couldn't see any grain waves?
I couldn't see any grain waves.
Dude, open your eyes.
Sorry.
I also think it's not very Gareth Edwardsy. I think one of the things that he does well, and you see it in literally everything.
Sense of scale.
And it's the sense of scale and realism. And I think also because this was supposed to go to, who was it? I want to say like Chad Stahelski or somebody like that, or the Bullet Train guy who might be this.
David Leitch?
Maybe it's David Leitch. Yeah, David Leitch, right?
Yeah.
And so Gareth Edwards had less than a year and a half from when he came on to when this happened. And I understand why they got him, because he can shoot things on the fly. He takes very precise shots. And then because he won't get people to CGI everything.
Yeah.
He'll cut the movie together as he did with The Creator. And then from that, you know exactly how many CGI shots to do. And that's why they did it so cheap. But the principal photography of this began on June 13th of last year and ended in like August, September something.
Yeah.
So the turnaround on that is absolutely insane. By the way, this looks incredible. And it's mostly CGI, it seems, for the most part. And any kind of puppeteering was, for the most part, replaced. That's my understanding.
Right, okay.
And I think that had been a problem in the past. But we're at the point where you mostly can't tell.
Agreed.
I think. There is a few shots where someone's in like rapids, which kind of looks like they're not really in there. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's good. So, yeah, I don't think this does him any favors in terms of what he's capable of.
Do you think that is because all the shot selection was done before he was brought on?
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did this feel bigger to you than any of the others, or
not really.
Or more wondrous or anything? Because
not really. There is a moment where we see two titanosaurs, and they go into a valley, and then there's 100 of them, and
yeah, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's
pretty
much
kind of the scale of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess if you like dinosaurs, though, there's a bunch of those in this.
Okay, now what about this? Do you think it'd be fun for kids though?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if your kids have seen the other Jurassic Park / World movies,
all 6.
Yeah, all 6 of them, and they want a bit more of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we do some spoilers?
Let's do some spoilers. Look, I'm going to say best movie ever. I didn't hate it. I didn't find it was a waste of my time.
Yes. I think also it is definitely better than the last 2.
Yeah.
But again, that's not much or anything.
Right.
I don't know. there must be something else to do here.
It's got to be dinosaur apocalypse. Turn it around. Just say a bunch of other companies were breeding dinosaurs as well.
Yeah.
And then the climate change, and they all come loose.
Yeah.
And there's a million of them.
Also, I said this last time. I will see these forever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I will see them. But I think the last one it wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Sure.
But there was some newer stuff in it. And I don't think this, and even the one before that with the haunted house and the whatever.
Right.
Not necessarily good, but at least it was like, here's something else.
Right.
And this is not. This is everything you know. Oh, except at the end, there's a fucking Hector Hammond looking ass dinosaur.
Yes.
With his big dome head.
We're doing spoilers now? We're in
Let's
spoilers?
do spoilers.
Time for spoilers?
Apparently, they based off Alien and the Rancor from Star Wars.
Yeah, because it looks exactly like those things. Yes.
Yeah, mixed
So
together.
it's the D-Rex.
Yeah.
So it's imagine a T-Rex, but so it's got the back legs and the little arms, but it also has big forelegs. So it's got 6 legs.
Yep.
Or 6 arms.
Yep.
It's got 4 legs and 2 arms.
Yep.
And it also has a gigantic, alien-style dome for a head.
Why would you make that?
Yeah, it's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe they do it by accident.
And probably. And they also explain, like, because there's a bunch of that kind of stuff running around. Not a bunch.
Yeah.
There's, like, flying raptors in this. And they're like, I don't know, we didn't kill it because then you can write it off on a spreadsheet and be like, no, that's part of the tax thing.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should put bombs in their heads.
Yeah. Maybe they should have a scene where someone uses a flare and lures it away.
Maybe there should be a scene where people are being pursued by raptors in a dark room and it's sort of like a kitchen or a
But
convenience
they're not
store or
raptors,
whatever.
maybe.
Yeah, they're...
And there's no grain waves. There are raptors in this, but that seem to annoy people because one gets taken by one of the bird ones. And there's a big bird one. There's a big bird one and an egg and a cliff.
That's right.
All right.
I thought that scene was quite...
Yeah, it's fine.
That was quite fun and effective, I
It's
thought.
fine and whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big bird one.
That's right.
Also, Mahershala Ali, his character was supposed to die at the end.
Yeah, but test screenings...
They shot both just in case.
Right,
and then they were like, no, it's better if he
Yeah.
lives. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, man. Fuck.
James just stared off into
I
the
just
middle
don't,
distance
I don't
a little
know.
bit.
What,
Yeah, no, I definitely thought that...
what am I supposed to say?
When Mahershala Ali lit the flare and went off and said, I'm going to sacrifice myself, and then you
see the
guys,
flare go out. At the
Yeah, I'm
distance.
like, well, obviously he's going to live.
Yeah.
This is not the sort of franchise anymore, if it ever was, where somebody's going to make that sacrifice.
Robert Muldoon, maybe.
Yeah.
In
but
1993.
exactly. They're not going to do that now. They're just, of course, he's going to live.
Yeah.
Which, it's nice.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he's got to be in the sequels. Because he's not doing any Marvel movies, is he?
No, apparently not. No, he did voice Blade in the Eternals.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. This feels the way that Ghostbusters is now,
Yeah, okay.
It's the same fucking thing. It's the greatest hits and whatever. Should we do some reviews that people have sent in?
Yes, please.
This is from the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group. This is from Jacob Benjamin Martindale, who says, I dislike this movie so much and I was the only person in my group who actually wanted to go.
So, yeah.
James Harrison said, good movie. This was the Jurassic World movie we should have had instead of the Chris Pratt stuff. The dinosaur stuff is tense and looks amazing. The characters are likable. The plot is interesting. My only complaint is the movie spoils its creatures reveals in the trailer, toy commercials before the movie, and in the opening scene.
Yeah.
True.
Again, I do like the characters more. They did sort of lean towards, like, obviously Rupert Friend's character is going to betray them
no
all.
friend of mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nor of mine.
Yeah. Because we've never met him.
That's precisely correct, yes. He's as far from Shagadelic as you could get.
Probably, yeah. Despite being British.
Not groovy, baby.
Not groovy at all. Yeah. I still think that first Jurassic World, it's not a perfect movie, but it is like, oh, this is a functioning Jurassic Park. That's interesting to see, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably the 5th best.
Yeah.
So it goes 1, 2, 3, then World, and then this, and then whatever the other two.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think where do you think the mistake was made? What happened after Jurassic World? That was
the haunted house laser dinosaur.
Yeah, right. But what else happens in that movie? Because that's towards the end, right?
Yeah, they go back to Jurassic Park and it explodes because there's a volcano there.
That's the exploding volcano one.
Yeah.
So what was Fallen Kingdom? That's the one with the motorcycle raptor chase? But what's the plot of that one?
Kingdom and Dominion, but I don't remember which is which.
Yeah.
The Raptor motorcycle is Jurassic World. That's the first Chris Pratt one. And because they have to find the Indominus Rex.
Right, but isn't one of them a... There's like there's a raptor chase through Cairo because you can laser guide the raptors.
Oh yeah, that's the last one. Whatever that was.
But what's the plot of that one?
Dinosaurs are in the world. Blue's baby gets kidnapped, and they have to go to secret Jurassic World Island, where the dude who's the InGen competitor who's there, and they had to recast him because the first actor was a pedophile.
Oh yeah, cool.
And then there's a big one with salad fingers. And the T-Rex.
Oh, I forgot about salad fingers. Yeah, okay, right.
And they're all lined up around the house. Oh, there's a Gigantosaurus Rex or whatever, so it's a huge T-Rex and whatever. And there's a plane bit, and there's
and there's a big bird.
There's a big bird and whatever. Yeah, and there's a dinosaur auction. And
so what? Isn't that
there's also a
another dinosaur.
Market.
Oh, because this time they have the laser guided dinosaurs.
No, that was in the Jurassic World 2. But then there's a dinosaur auction in that, and the next one there's like a market kind of auction situation.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
And Chris Pratt is doing his hands up.
Yeah, he's doing the hands up.
Yeah.
Anyway, good franchise.
I think we puzzled that out.
In a way, they're all of roughly equal quality.
Yeah, you might be right.
I might be
Except they're not. Dion Evans says, it's a bad film. Didn't enjoy this one, but I'm so surprised a film with dinosaurs was boring. James McLean said, fun flick. Remind me to write a user review for that inflatable raft. It's incredibly durable. That is true. That T-Rex bit was really genuinely good.
Yeah.
The size of it, the whole... I really genuinely like that bit. I thought it was fantastic.
Maybe there's the sense of scale.
Yeah, maybe,
like
right. It did feel like meatier. Because there's that idea now that dinosaurs, the way we've seen them, that's like they're shrink wrapped. Whereas they would have had more fat and muscle on them and whatever.
Also, I guess you don't really have any sense of scale to the D-Rex.
No.
You don't know how big it's supposed to be, so it's often hard to kind of...
Yeah.
You know... Was it the size of a house?
Maybe.
Was it
the size of a human man?
Because it could pick up a helicopter in its mouth.
That's true, and it could go
so
yum, yum, yum.
That would make it like
big as a helicopter.
10 times the size of a T-Rex?
Yeah, 10 T-Rexes stacked
10
on top of each other.
Yeah.
Ian Archibald said, this wasn't very good. The characters weren't interesting and the plot was predictable and essentially a video game fetch quest. I don't think I've ever been as underwhelmed by dinosaurs.
Wow.
You should watch the movie. Adam Driver looks at dinosaurs.
You should watch the TV show Dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That is good.
I just saw this as well. This is out on VOD on August 5th. So less than a month away.
Okay.
But I guess they're anticipating Superman and then Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So I guess.
And I guess they're anticipating a big hit opening weekend. Big movie alert goes off.
That's true. That's what's interesting was this was tracking slightly lower than it opened. And people are calling this is a walk-up movie. People don't pre-book these. They go, oh yeah, Jurassic Park, whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then they go.
Huh.
They look in their newspaper and they go, what are the times of cinema times? Remember looking at a newspaper?
I'd call up Movie Phone.
They'd say, Movie Phone, what time is it? Mason?
Yes.
What an incredible review we've done.
I think so too. Maybe the best review of this.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't checked any of the other reviews, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how they could possibly
Exactly. I
say
bet Commode and Mayo are like blah, blah, blah,
Blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
One
blah,
of them's
blah.
like blah, 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 and the other one's like, yep.
That is true.
That is true.
All right, should we move to the next segment of the show? I bet they don't have this.
I bet they don't have what we read and
Yep.
what we're going to read.
They don't have that.
They don't have it.
That's ours. They better not.
That's right.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Great section of the show.
You're saying just generally, or in advance
I know
that
it is.
This section will be good.
It's never been good, but this version will be good.
Why do you say that?
I know what you're going to say already.
Mojo?
Yeah.
We're going to bring our mojo to this.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
What are you bringing along with
Mojo.
your mojo? Yeah, but along with that, you have to have done something.
Oh.
Because it's about what we're reading or watching.
Well, I didn't finish the back half of Ironheart.
No?
And I didn't finish season 3 or 4 or whatever it is of The Bear. But I did watch some of the Old Guard too.
I heard.
Yes?
Dreadful. Everyone's saying dreadful and doesn't finish.
It's not exciting.
Do you think they did that on purpose?
Yeah, maybe. They made a boring one. I don't know. Maybe.
Why did they change the character who went to the bottom of the sea that's Uma Thurman, or is it a different character?
No, that's a different character.
Who went to the bottom of the sea?
Uma Thurman is a new immortal that nobody mentioned beforehand.
But they can feel each other's memories.
And also Henry Golding is in this one.
Is he a new immortal?
He's a new immortal that they decided not to tell anybody about.
But can't they feel each other's feelings and emotions and see each other through each other's eyes?
Yeah, but you've got to get right up close. You've got to be in a lift with them.
No, you don't. You can, on the other side of the world, you can sense them or whatever.
No, they've retconned.
And Charlize Theron, she doesn't have her immortal powers anymore,
They've retconned it, so you have to be in an elevator with them before you can notice they're immortal.
I guess that's good then. But what about Charlize Theron? Because she doesn't have her immortal powers anymore.
Yeah, but she's still got a fighting. I'll tell you this.
She doesn't believe in
I'll tell you this,
herself.
James. So I like the previous one. Did you like the
I liked
previous
it too.
one?
We talked about it.
And we talked about it, and I think maybe we reviewed the comic as well at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
We might have.
I have read it.
But yeah, based on a comic book, it's a universe. There are some immortals. You are immortal until you're not.
Yeah.
But unlike the Highlander universe, where if you get beheaded, you're done.
Yeah.
Basically anything can happen. You can be turned to paste by a hand grenade, and you'll eventually just come back to life unless you don't.
Yeah.
And in the last one, Charlize Theron, who was up until this point was meant to be the oldest immortal, she lost her immortal powers.
Yeah.
But in this, maybe there's a chance she'll get them back.
Because she believes in herself or whatever.
No, it's because... So remember in the last one, a new immortal emerged?
Unless she got her powers?
Yeah, so the idea being that she would... There's a prophecy in this one that if an immortal is wounded by the last immortal... So Uma Thurman is the first immortal.
Oh.
And the lady in the last one was the last immortal.
Yeah.
And if you're wounded by the last immortal, you lose your immortality. That's the prophecy. But also there's a chance for... there's a chance for Charlize Theron to get her powers back, but I haven't gotten that far in them. And
you won't probably.
Nor do I care to. No, I will probably finish it.
I don't think I'm
Again,
gonna
I
look at
like
this at
all
all.
the people involved. It's just not a lot happens in this.
Yeah.
There is an interesting fight sequence because if you remember the previous one of the immortals was trapped underwater for centuries, and in this she reemerges. She's mad about it.
Yeah,
she's
fair
more
enough.
disappointed. She's upset.
How'd you get out?
Uma Thurman got her out.
Nice.
With a fishing trawler.
Nice, that's
and
good.
And a crane and whatever.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, you see she gets
she's
comes
in
out of the boat.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa, it's freaking nuts out here. Anyway, there's a sequence between her and the immortal that was trapped underwater and Charlize Theron where they have like a hand-to-hand fight. And it's pretty good because obviously in this version, Charlize Theron, she can be hurt. Like she's one strike away from being killed. And it's a good action sequence, I think.
Okay.
But I just didn't find it compelling. It's just a lot of people walking around. I don't know if they thoroughly cut the budget on this one or what.
The last one was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is Dudley in this?
Dudley Moore. No, he died years ago. He died a long time ago.
No, the dude who did Dudley, who played... It was
Dudley Unchained.
Yeah.
Which is
it was in Harry Potter.
Uh,
Is this the same director? I don't think it is.
I don't know, man.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, Dudley Moore died in 2002.
No, I wasn't.
In Plainfield, New
The
Jersey.
kid who played Harry Potter's brother or whatever.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm never going to watch this.
Okay.
I did watch The Bear Season 3, which I know is not the current season of The Bear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But then I watched some of The Bear Season 4, so I'm just making my way through The Bear, and they're like, God, what are we doing?
Making your way through the bear.
Also, I haven't read this, but I bought it for my son. There's a Superman prequel novel.
So this is a prequel to the movie?
Yes. It's called Superman Welcome to the Metropolis by David Lumen.
Oh, yes.
And it's about Clark Kent coming to the Daily Planet and and you find out a little bit about the universe and whatever and so forth. So, yeah, he's really loving that. He's just working. I'm not going to read it, but he likes it. So
You're not going to read it at all, ever?
No, probably
not
not.
even after the movie comes out?
Probably not.
Wow.
It's a junior novelization. I'm a man, so.
Oh, this is a novelization. This isn't a comic
No,
book.
it's not a comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Novelization?
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
It's not a novelization.
This has turned me around
It's
completely.
not a novelization of the movie. It's
Right.
a prequel novel.
It's a prequel novel.
Of the
My
movie.
goodness. Man.
It'd be like reading a prequel to The Phantom Menace.
Yeah. I did read the Death of Superman novel when it came out.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Pretty good.
And then he got punched.
Then he got punched, exactly.
Guy Gardner was like, oh, damn. That's nuts.
Precisely.
freaking
I'll finish the Old Guard too.
You don't have to.
I know, but maybe it gets good.
Remember, you're the kind of guy now who doesn't. You
that's
just
true.
don't.
That's true. Okay, but remember when
I'm going to read you the Wikipedia
Remember when I talked about the
synopsis?
TV show Sugar?
Yeah.
And all the reviews were like, "This is great stuff.
And
This is
then
a
it's
real
the
good.
worst.
This is well, no, it wasn't the worst. They were like, this is a great noir
Yeah.
detective story or whatever. And then upon watching the entire series, it's like, oh, none of them finished it.
Yeah.
Because nobody mentioned how bonkers it got at the end. Maybe this is it. Maybe people are like, this is bad and boring, but they all stopped where I stopped.
Okay.
And then maybe the back half is quite good.
Right. Sorry. Is Uma Thurman's character's name Discord?
Yes. Like the servers or what?
Yeah,
like
okay.
The discussion servers.
Here's
yes.
the Wikipedia. Here's the last paragraph of the movie for you.
Okay.
I'm never going to do able to do this.
No, I want to know how it ends, man.
You want me to tell you?
No.
You should watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
Okay, I won't tell you.
And then I'll read it. We can all read it next week together. Make a note in your your Google Calendar or
Not gonna
whatever.
do
Okay, wow.
Mason, what do you got in terms of next segments, though?
Oh, I might have the letters segment.
Dude.
But did I read anything else? Probably not.
I don't know.
I must have done.
I mean, you're always busy.
I'm always busy,
Always
aren't
busy,
I?
and you're always whining.
Yeah, I'm
so
busy.
you must have done something.
I must have done a lot of whining, that's certainly. Why don't I have more time?
Yeah, man.
Why? Because I have 2 stupid jobs.
You
Where I
don't-
deal with idiots.
And they're both
I deal
stupid.
with idiots 24 hours a day.
Yeah, man.
That's why.
Do you mean the listeners, or do you mean me specifically?
You, the only guy in the room.
Dude, come on. You don't have to
Yeah.
be like that. You could say something
I
nice.
can't believe every day I have to deal with a guy with no mojo. When I'm here bringing my mojo.
I got plenty of mojo.
Mm,
Look at it.
mm,
Look at all my mojo.
He's doing sort of a dance, like a shuffling
Sort of?
Yeah, sort of a dance.
You didn't even see my legs to do
They're doing nothing.
it. No, one's moving.
One's moving in a way like like just sort of hyperactive leg
Thank you.
situation. Yeah, I guess that is great.
Thank you, Mason.
You would have thought I'd watched more things. I guess we watched the movie Time Cop.
Yeah, that's true. We did for work.
That's
Just to clarify.
Yeah, that's just a.
It was for
Oh, you know
work.
what I watched? I watched because you know how YouTube just puts up free movies now.
Yes.
And it's just whatever.
Yeah.
It's just completely. I watched The Mechanic, which is a 1972 Charles Bronson movie.
Not the new one.
Not the Jason Statham.
Is it the same guy?
Kind of like he's this guy who does it. He's got elaborate means of
got elaborate means
exactly of killing people.
of killing people.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hello.
young man.
Guys, finished? All right. I'll well, let's move to the next segment of the
Okay.
show, but you have to play the theme song.
I was going to say it's since 1972, but also it features a young Jan Michael Vincent.
I do like that.
Anyway, it's pretty
segment
entertaining.
From Rick and
Yeah.
Morty.
Mhm.
Anyway, my kids are here. Say hi.
Hi.
Cool. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
They've got it, don't they? They've got that thing
They've
that
got
people
the stuff.
have.
They got that mojo.
Yeah. No.
They've got kid mojo.
I don't know if that's okay either.
Okay.
All right. Segments.
play the theme?
Yeah, let's do it.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you.
Do you like this song?
Letters, they're only a day away. You know they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
This is what we do for work.
Yeah, this is my literal job. What do you think? Embarrassing?
Yeah.
That can stay in.
Yeah. If you do want to reach the show, just do this. Send a Gmail
Oh, I thought
to
you
weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
thought you were miming it out. It's very bright in here.
Thank you.
Your daughter
Yeah, my
came in
daughter
here and
did
she,
that.
She adjusted the lights.
Yeah, do you not like that?
Well, I mean,
Because she doesn't like you.
yeah, I know.
That's going up. You got to press it again. It's going to go back down. It's not a dimmest. That's off.
That's the stuff.
I don't like this.
All right, fine.
All right, we can do it in pitch
No,
darkness
no,
if you
no.
want. I'm scared.
Well, that did nothing.
No, you press it once,
Yeah.
goes on.
Uh-huh.
Just press it. It's a light.
Nice.
Now hold it down,
Ooh.
and it will dim. See? It's literally doing
Oh,
it.
that's not bad. This is good stuff. I'm glad you installed that.
I didn't.
Wow.
So whoever built this did. Mason.
Yes.
Or go into the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group
That's right.
and then just send a time there. Every week there's a thread.
It's sending time.
What have you got?
Ooh, this is from Michael Crump.
Michael Crump, great name.
I agree. Hello from Michael Crump
Sounds
says.
like a fake kid slang from a 90s movie written by a boomer.
Absolutely, Disney
Yeah.
Channel original movie.
Yeah.
about Michael Crump, and he's gone from middle school to high school, and he's like, I'm gonna be cool now. I'm Michael Crump, you know.
I meant more just like a word.
But then he falls-
That's crumpin'.
Oh yeah, then he falls into a bin.
Yeah, he might have.
Anyway, Michael Crump emails from the bin. Hello from South Carolina. With Superman flying into theaters next week, do you feel any sort of added pressure for the shows or reviews when an important movie comes out, whether that is because it brings a bump in listeners or because it is something you have been looking forward to? P.S. I'm trying to fit the phrase Christ on a bike into my vocab, but it does not come naturally with other Southern sayings.
Just say it.
Yeah, just say it.
Just say it.
That's from Michael. I reckon when we do Caravan of Garbage, and it's a very specific
Yeah.
type of thing, like when we covered, for example, the Snyder DC movies.
Yes, I was
it's
like-
like we got to really, you
Want him to be good.
yeah,
And entertaining, but also like, what do you say? Because we've already reviewed it, and
yeah. But also, you're going to bring in people who do not necessarily watch these videos in the first place, and you got to be respectful of the idea that they are entertained by these movies or what have you.
Totally.
And when we did the Adventures of Superman TV series from the 50s, I'm like, we better be, and generally enjoyable for a kind of a silly show, but I'm like, we're going to be bringing in some people from a different generation,
exactly,
who do not necessarily come on the internet for like irony poisoned, reviews of this sort of stuff, just layer upon layer of irony and what have you,
impenetrable jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the good thing is that video got flagged for like suicide and nobody can find it now, so
Terrific.
Don't worry
That's
about
good.
it. No one's going to see that.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
Okay. Right.
Could have said anything.
Could we add a bit to the end of the video that just said, well, maybe that just happened?
Maybe it just happened to him.
Maybe he's.
Maybe he flew up into space like the real Superman.
That's right.
He didn't.
Maybe
Something bad happened.
Okay, maybe his head just did that.
Maybe his head just did that. I think for me, it's I remember when like Batman v Superman, it's like I want to get this kind of right. Not like have the right opinion. It's I want this.
We know we have the right opinion.
And I got the right opinion. Yeah, I think so. But no, I wouldn't say it's not like stressful.
No,
or anything. It's just like I make sure I do my research. Like I got notes. I know anything behind the scenes that might be relevant,
and I make sure you've done your research by moments before we record. Going, did you look some stuff up? And you go, yes. And I go, well, then my job is done.
Yeah. Have I ever not? I'm sure that's happened where you've gone, did I do this? And I didn't.
One time I came over here specifically to do a caravan of garbage on a movie, and I got here and I went, I forgot to watch it. So I just had to watch it in your. I just said,
what was that one?
No, maybe it was a Godzilla movie or something.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, and I'm like,
or you watched half of it, or
I just came to the door and I went, I forgot to do the one thing that I was here to do. Whoops. Oh well. So then you just hang out with your kids, and I watched a movie by myself in a spare room, and then
the studio, Mason.
Yeah, the studio.
The studio space.
Sorry, it is a studio space.
Thank you. It's got those lights that dim that you can't use.
That's true.
Cool. This is from Matt LeBlanc. I don't know.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
This is a
How is he doing?
How is he doing? He seems all right.
Is he shagadelic?
Doesn't say.
Interesting.
Presumably. This is, I think this is a comic book question. This is good for you.
Okay.
Why is Superman buff? Wouldn't his muscles atrophy on Earth?
It's a good question.
I have an answer, but
is
what
he
do you
vain?
think? Well, yeah, I think it's just the solar radiation.
Pumps up those cells.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Also, I think that...
And it looks better.
Yeah, but I think Superman is a combination of super muscles and also...
He works out.
Well, I think it's super... Yeah, because he lifts to the sun or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
whatever.
I think he's a combination... His power set is a combination of super muscles and some sort of energy field that lets him lift. That's why he can, like, lift an airliner without it collapsing.
Or hold a building.
Hold a building or something like that. But I think even if that part of his power set, like the energy field or whatever, wasn't working, I think the super muscles are still super dense.
Yeah.
Which doesn't explain why he doesn't weigh 10,000 pounds or whatever.
If it was the boys, if he tried to lift a building up, it wouldn't work because of whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that's what I think the answer is. But it's solar. Also, he probably has a Kryptonian gym. I know in like the guy that called Jim who helps him out. But there's in All-Star Superman, it's in the movie and in the comic, there's that scientist who's got that huge press.
The 200 quintillion ton press.
He's holding with one hand. And that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. What else you got, Mason?
This is from an email from Gru.
This is from an email from Gru. Gru!
Yep.
I love doing Minions too.
See, I would do it in the voice, but I don't know what the voice is. I can only do it
by accident.
If I'm doing an impression of somebody else.
Eastern European or something.
Yeah, something like that. So I won't try it.
Yeah.
G'day, boys. Just wanted to thank you guys for the advice regarding YouTube copyright. I had a video that I put a lot of time and effort into that had a claim on it. It really frustrated me. I tried cutting out scenes I was using and editing them to avoid IDing, but I just ended up butchering the video I spent so long making and decided to just post it as it was originally. Because of your advice, I was able to throw back the claim and get my video monetized.
That's unreal. What's the video?
Doesn't say.
Oh, man.
Guess we'll just have to look up Gru on YouTube and hope it pops up.
Yeah, it should be fine. We'll find that. It's probably the third result.
Yep.
Yeah. That's great. Glad we could help.
Me too.
Well, me. You didn't know.
I didn't know anything. But I brought it to your attention.
Yeah, you did. You brought it up.
Therefore, I'm the savior of YouTube.
This is Samuel William who says, do you find your job focusing on pop culture media helps with the overall cynical nature of the world these days? I can also imagine it feels a little odd sometimes to focus on superhero movies when there are so many scary real-world issues being thrown in our face 24/7. I would say the majority of stuff that I consume is that terrifying stuff in the world.
Oh, like just waking up and having it shot into your brain by
Yeah,
Twitter.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
listening to podcasts
Yeah.
and like YouTubers and whatever. And
I mean, as we
reading stuff
as
that's
we were talking
terrifying.
about Jurassic World, I was hit with that idea of like, you know, and going into watching it because I went in and there was a full cinema and etc. on a Sunday, and I thought to myself, well, you know, it is a miracle that anything gets made at all.
Totally.
You know, you've got to factor that in, and a lot of people did work really hard on this sort of stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of just regular people go in and go, whoa, this was fun. I
well,
liked
that's
all
the
the
thing.
new
Most
dinosaurs.
people are just like, they don't see like, you know, a movie every week like we do and multiple TV shows. So they'll go and they go, hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
And that's most people. But we're, you know, are definitely more cynical because, you know, just like I've seen this fucking Jurassic whatever.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
you know, I know people who saw like Rise of Skywalker like normal people and they're like, yeah, it's all right, it's lightsabers, whatever. Like, that's most people.
Yeah. Maybe we should be normal. Maybe we should be normal people.
I am normal around normal people.
Yeah, same, yeah.
I go full normal mode. People are like, what do you think of this movie? I'm like, it's all right. And that's it. You're not getting a real review out of me if you see me in the real world.
That's right.
You're not getting it out of me.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Especially when...
People want to know as well. Like, what do you think of this? I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about this.
Do they know that you do this?
Yeah.
Right. See, I often find people will, not knowing I do this, will ask me about a movie, and I will always be like, what did you think of the movie? And then whatever they...
You agree?
I won't necessarily agree.
Is that what you do here?
Yeah, no. What I will, I'm gonna often go. You know, I'm happy to disagree with them, but I'm not here to.
Oh no, I'm not going to wreck
Yeah.
somebody's day.
No, well, see,
yeah.
that's exactly it. If they're like, oh my god, I loved it, I'll find the one positive thing we said about it in our review, whatever it is, and I'll go, oh yeah, they were great.
They
sets.
did change a lot of tires in F1.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, wasn't it tense when they changed the tires?
Dude, I couldn't believe it.
I liked his sweatshirt. You can't get it. They only made 50 of them.
Well, what?
Yeah,
All for Brad Pitt.
all for Brad Pitt,
I don't know about that guy,
and he just
man.
tore him up on the
Did
set.
he?
On the set, yeah, at the end of
Well,
the
that's
shoot.
the worst thing he's ever done.
I agree. I agree.
I noticed how the PR started to turn now that the movie's like you watch those more think pieces. Like, is Brad Pitt bad? Like, hey, you're late, man. The movie came out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that also may be like people put those think pieces out, or they said they were going to, or they reached out for his agent or his manager.
Oh,
on him
totally,
to comment,
yeah.
And they said, if you publish this before
yeah.
F1 comes out, we will sue you.
We'll kill you.
We'll sue you for. I'm sure they can threaten to be like,
Yeah,
we
they
will
can
sue you
just tie
for,
them up legally
Yeah.
for years. If they
Like
want
we'll
to.
sue you for attempting to diminish the
Yeah.
revenue of the movie, or like this whatever
If
they
you
can
say that Brad Pitt tore up those 50 shirts,
exactly.
we're
yeah.
going to lose it.
That's right.
Any more letters, Mason?
I bet I can find another letter.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just quickly do this from Connor Crehan,
Yes.
who says, what is the best dinosaur? I'm a Triceratops, man, because it was the Zord of the Blue Power Ranger, and blue is my favorite color. What about you? What's your favorite color?
Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, because it's got the... I think we've talked about
Yeah,
this.
big tail. Although recently, Stegosaurus, that's a classic.
Stegosaurus is my favorite.
Anything that was turned into a Dinobot is
It's
pretty good in
enough
mine.
for you.
Yeah.
I like the Stegosaurus because he's just minding his own business, but he's ready for battle.
Oh,
if
I
he
see,
wants to
right.
be. And he's got a small brain. But like he's got the plates, so if someone bites him on the back, they're like, fuck!
That's
And
true.
he's got that tail with spikes, so you can hit him with that. You're like,
That
fuck!
is good, yeah.
Love it.
Vegetarian? Stegosaurus?
Vegetarian also, yeah. Love it. Favorite dinosaur.
Ankylosaurus probably vegetarian also.
I would say so, yes, it is. It's
very good.
It's a good one too.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not dissimilar.
Yeah.
Weapons, tails,
Nice.
looking after their backs.
That's right.
These are good.
Yeah.
Small brains.
Watching other people's backs.
Watching other people's backs, looking
That's right.
out.
That's
Good
right.
looking out.
Probably best friends.
Probably.
Probably best friends.
They probably have the same agent.
Probably in a group chat together.
Probably in a group chat together.
Hey, what have you been up to? Oh, man, some guy tried to attack my back.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
back.
we're the back
thing.
bros. The group chat's called the back bros.
Great stuff.
It's always back day, you know?
It's got to be.
Yeah, that's right. Here's an email from Jamie. who says-
Jamie Kennedy.
Yep. It says red light shenanigans. Hello,
Whoa.
boys. Last night I stopped at a red light and overheard some familiar Aussie voices. I'm in
was
the
it?
UK, by the way.
Was it us in the car?
After rolling down my window, I identified the voices as yourselves coming from the next car over. I got his attention and proceeded to say, "Hey, I'm guessing you're another bloke whose dick doesn't work." Judging by his reaction, I don't think he heard Sunday's episode about your audience being a bunch of blokes whose dicks don't work.
Hey, man.
He
said
simply
it.
rolled his window back up and drove away. Thanks for that, fellas, from Ted. Ted? Jamie? I think this story's made up, but I thought it was fun.
I mean, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, are you Jamie or are you Ted? Are you Ted and you're using Jamie's email? What's going on there? Did you kill Jamie and take over his email?
Yeah.
Did you inherit his
Was
email?
it the car?
Maybe the car is called Ted or Jamie.
Oh, I meant he just took over the guy in the car.
Oh, maybe.
Stole his life.
Maybe.
Yeah, wow. It's something to think about, though. Wow, man.
Here's one more email from Natalie.
Natalie
I think
Portman.
we've answered this. Yeah, it's Natalie Portman. I think we've answered this before, but I think it's worth mentioning again. As a fellow Melburnian, I was wondering if you two have a local comic book shop you pop down to. Personally, I head down once a week to the CBD and go to my local place on Queen Street to pick my comics up. Cheers for the amazing podcast.
Which one's that?
That's All Star Comics.
Minotaur All Star, yeah.
It's All Star Comics. That's my favorite as well.
Yeah,
You've been there. You took your son there.
It's good. It's great. Love it.
Yeah. I came in there and I ordered something online. I went to pick it up and they're like, did you use the discount? They just give you a discount.
Just for fun.
Just 10% off. I think it's ASM 10, All Star Melbourne 10. I'm pretty sure.
There you go. There's a bit of free promo.
That's a free
It is a
promo
good
for
one,
you.
though. And it's like mostly just pure comics.
Yeah.
Wall to wall. And it's in a weird little room.
It's in a weird little room. Like
Yeah.
it's in a.
And
like
also
a-
the people are nice.
They are nice.
Yeah. But Minotaur's all right, too.
No, maybe it's not ASM 10. Just go in. Just sign up to their email list and they'll be like, here's a discount coupon. You can use it forever.
Yeah.
Just like whatever.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
I think that's the show then.
It is the show.
Wow, what a great time. Superman next week. Superman.
Superman.
What's going to happen?
To Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ASCM 10.
There you
10%
go.
off. Superman, I think he's gonna face some trials and he's gonna come out triumphant. We're having a good time, and then Batman's gonna show up and we're gonna know who Batman is.
I think he's going to die.
Superman.
I think at the end he's going to die.
Superman's
going
gonna
to
die.
going to go straight into Death of Superman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that's what I want to see and know.
Also, I don't think Batman's gonna be there. I think it's
Maybe there'll be a hint towards it. People like, there's a Metropolis man. He's running around. He's a bat.
Well, maybe.
Is James Gunn like better than that? To being like, the guy, unlike the guy in Gotham or whatever. I said Metropolis.
Oh, is he better than
than like a Batman and Robin style nod to like another character in another city?
I don't think he's above that. No. No.
But there'd be a better way to do it.
I reckon it'd be like something Keystone City or whatever. Like one of the other
Oh,
ones.
Bloodhaven, whatever.
Yeah, Bloodhaven. Yeah, Nightwing reference. If there was going to be one, I think it'd be a Nightwing reference.
I think they should reference the Arkham City game.
I think they should mention the British sitcom Some Mothers Do Have 'Em.
I agree.
Yeah. With Michael Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was Condor Man.
I know he was Condor Man, yeah.
That's for me. That was just for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Just got to remind yourself every day.
Yeah.
That's one of your daily affirmations. Remember,
Yeah.
Michael Crawford was Condor Man.
Was Condor Man.
And a renowned singer of some sort.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
was
as
like
well.
the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I agree. Some
agree.
people can do it all.
That's right. And I can do one thing.
What's that?
It's the end of the show thing that I rattle off.
I can be here for that.
Okay, that's good. That's your one thing? You can be here for it?
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
one thing.
Folks, thank you so much for listening. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about the podcast because that is how we get new listeners.
Yep. Reviews.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review. If you do so, James will find
Your
it.
one thing.
Doesn't matter where you do it. He'll find it.
Yeah, I have.
No matter what obscure corner of the internet you do it on.
Nah,
You'll
I'll
find
find
it.
it. It's from Zachary Hoffman, who said, absolutely amazing podcast. Genuinely my favorite podcast ever. Easily 5 out of 5 stars. Back in 2022, I was having the literal worst year of my life. The guys did absolutely nothing to help me because I didn't know about the podcast yet. Could have been a 6 out of 5 stars if they'd have reached out to me personally and invited me to listen. Do better.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just missed it. Probably went to spam.
Yeah.
Regardless, thanks for all the laughs. Since then, and there have been many, I'll keep listening as hard as I can. From Zachary Hoffman.
Me too.
Me too. And this is from P. Nathan28, who said, just the best comic book movie-based podcast from Australia I've ever heard.
Ain't that the truth?
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Folks, thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in contact with the pod, you can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, or you can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group, or the Weekly Planet Podcast subreddit and Discord for fun civil chats about podcasts and pop culture. Mm-hmm. Thank you to Fidel and Maisie and Sarabi for moderating those forums. They also make little videos for the TikToks and the Weekly Planet Clips channel. Sometimes Fidel will make a video for Never Go Back, our podcast video thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
about
coming
video
up.
games. That's coming up soon.
We've got a Superman game coming up next week.
That's right.
One of the greatest Superman games of all time, which isn't
One
saying
of the
much.
Superman games of all
One
time.
of the Superman games that they made at one point.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
If you want to follow some people on the socials, follow our friend Rob Collins. He's at Rob Collins on Twitter. He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. He'll keep you up to date on all things The Weekly Planet. You can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown and on Instagram. I'm Nick Maso. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Chuck in a buck or an amount you will not miss, or go to bigsandwich.co for $9 per month. Bonus podcasts, early videos, video game let's plays,
Oh,
movie commentaries,
yeah.
all sorts of stuff. So many commentaries. That Running Man commentary. I'd recommend that one as a starter. Sign up,
It's a good one.
watch The Running Man.
Yep. Or
Have
just
fun.
listen to the commentary.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
I think pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you what else. Thank you to the Brood and the Basilisk for our like musical themes. Mm-hmm. If you want a t-shirt, you go to tpublic.com. You search for the Weekly Planet or Weekly Planet posters. You'll find something. You'll find something real nice.
Like what?
Like a t-shirt.
Yeah, t-shirt
Or
or
a
poster.
pillow.
Yep.
Put us on a pillow.
Absolutely. Or a mug.
A mug.
You're a mug.
Come on, man.
So I'm just scratching.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
It sounds like I'm soaring through the table, but I'm scratching my forearm on the edge of the table.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, it's good, man. Don't worry about it. You worry about you, I'll worry about my forearms.
I will.
Yeah.
It's the whole show.
That's the whole show. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week. Very exciting Superman show. Might be a little bit later. It might not be. I don't fucking know. All right. Bye.
Bye. Grab the gem. Bye. Bye.